everyone, so now it's the end of October. This is my Inktober sketchbook that I got from the Art Snacks Inktober box. And I tried to do as many drawings as I could in October, but unfortunately I only got about 17 drawings done. This is a lot harder than I thought it was. It was a little stressful to try to get something done every day. Though if I ever want to do any other sketches, I'm definitely going to put it in this book. I do want to try to fill up this notebook. It's over 100 pages long, and I want to try to stay true to staying with inks while filling out the sketchbook. So this is my first page. This is the page where I tested the products from Inktober. This is just my test page. This first drawing wasn't actually done in October. It was done a few days before. I was just testing out the products that were in the Inktober box. I started following the prompts for Inktober, and then probably by day 6 I kind of stopped. I looked at an image for this pose and for this lady, and I tried to produce this piece as fast as possible. The reason why I chose my guinea pigs, Shy Guy and Patches, is because if I decide to sleep in even an extra 5 minutes, they'll make sure that I wake up so I can give them some more food first thing in the morning. I really enjoy rocks, and when I was younger I used to collect them, so that's why I decided to draw a rock. For this drawing I did use pencil first, and I also looked at a reference. Day 4's prompt was hungry, and the first thing I thought of was hungry hippo, so that's what I drew, was a hippo. Some of these are the little steers that they eat in the game. So I decided to draw a dog with a broken leg. Here he has a cast, and there's a ball up at the top of the stairs that he wants but he can't get. Day 7's prompt was hidden, so I decided to do a person that hides behind masks to not only hide themselves but their true emotions. So I used a nib for the entire thing, ink and nibs. And I really like nibs because you can feel everything that you have essentially created. At the time that I drew this, I was waiting at an airport, so I decided to draw what I saw, which was people walking around and also a service dog, which happened to be a corgi, who was waiting for one of their owners to return. I did a hand in the symbol of rock from rock, paper, scissors. When I drew this in pencil, I drew it out as blocks, like how you could usually break up a hand when you're learning how to draw hands. And just to say this right now, this is the best hand I've ever drawn. I'm not trying to say I don't do these blocks when I draw hands. I still draw these blocks because hands are really hard to draw. Hands are my worst enemy, so I really wanted to push myself to draw a hand. I used only the Faber-Castell extra small pen for this entire piece. So I'm holding at an angle because my light keeps glaring off of it. For broken, I decided to do a mannequin. This piece actually took me 2 days to do because for me, doing really small repetitions like this, it makes me feel kind of nauseous sometimes if I do it too much. So I ended up doing this over 2 days. And I don't know if you guys been noticing, but I try to do a different style almost every time I did an Inktober, just to give myself a little extra challenge. So this time it's a comic book style, and again it's of my guinea pigs. This is where I started veering off from the prompts. I found that I was dwelling over the prompts for too long, or longer than I wanted to do this challenge. So I just started drawing whatever popped in my head at the time. My main inspiration for this piece was just to try drawing faces at different angles and kind of meld it into one thing. So I used the hair to meld these girls together. So the next day I really wanted to try something different and a style that I really enjoy looking at. So creating something like this, especially in fantasy and stuff like that, it's kind of hard for me, but I really liked how this came out. I really like looking at illustrations, especially that are done in pen, because of all the little details in there, just like these little hash marks. It creates so much texture, but it's simple at the same time, which I really enjoy. It's also very clean. So this piece, I really like how it came out, and I might try doing something like this more often. but this is definitely very different from what I am used to doing. So this piece, I did a portrait of a character from the Netflix series Marco Polo. This is Kaido, and the actor that plays him is Rick Yoon. This is my interpretation of a siren. Something that lures you in, but it's actually something really dark that's possessing it. I did the face different. Instead of drawing an actual face, I drew chaotic mess, because what I imagine the siren to have is just this constantly moving swarm of darkness on its face. So hopefully this communicated motion to you guys, but that's what I imagine it to be. For this one, I used the nibs to do all these dark lines here. I wanted to do this with the hair, especially because it makes this texture. So if anyone was to ever touch my pieces, even though people are not supposed to touch artwork, if they ever touched mine, you could feel all the textures and it kind of feels like, oh, there's actually hair here. And then when it comes to the water down here, I switch over to using a brush pen, not only because it is lighter than using the inks, but also you can't feel it anymore. So it's like once your hair goes in the water, it's softer, you can't really feel it, or it's underwater. For the rest of this, I used a brush and inks, diluted it down, and did lots of layering, especially in the face and a little bit on the sides here. I wanted to try something really different. I decided to do continuous line drawing, where if you use one tool and once you put it on the paper, you don't pick it up until you're done. So as you can see, all these lines connect somewhere, and it gives it a more noisy effect, but it also gives it more character in my opinion. Right here, I got a head of 5 faces. There's one right here, one on the side facing away, kind of looking up. If you turn it upside down, then you get 2 kind of like scared faces, while the other way, they are very dull.
Are you here with me? Just looking out on the day of another dream, where you can't get what you want, but you can get me. So let's set out to see, 'cause you are my medicine. When you're close to me, when you're close to me. 'cause you are my medicine when you're close to me. When you're close to me. The coal and the submarines round the world will go. Does anybody know if we're looking out on the day of another dream? If you can't get what you want, then come with me. Up on Melancholy Hill there's a plastic tree. Are you here with me? Just looking out on the day of another dream, where you can't get what you want.